So right now, boxing fans are concerned that the WBC, WBA Super World, IBF, and the Ring Magazine 140-pound junior welterweight titles won't be defended when Danny Garcia takes on Lamont Peterson March the 7th, 2015. Now, I'm T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live, news, predictions, post-fight results, press conferences, etc., etc., etc. So, Danny Garcia, 29-0 with 17 KOs, has right now a career where they'll tell us that they don't owe the fans anything, but, you know, deep down, the fans know, and I'm pretty sure he knows that he's got to go out there and he's got to really pull a demolition job. And I'm talking about beat the shit out of Lamont Peterson. Because why? Because for one, that's a fight that fans feel that was owed to us. Secondly, the WBC and the sanctioning bodies are on his top because they're like, yo, when you going to defend your belts? Okay, well, you didn't defend against Salka, you know, obviously. You know, and then you're not going to defend against Lamont Peterson. Now, it looks like getting to that 140 pounds is somewhat similar to Canelo fighting at 155 pounds. He would get to that for a very large, huge fight, but right now it's not there for him. And truth be told, I just don't think he can make 140 pounds comfortably anymore. That's just my own personal opinion. But as it stands right now, if this dog is over here tripping, as it stands right now, with the heat he took from fighting Rod Salka, you think to yourself, well, how can he make this up by fighting Lamont Peterson? I say he's got to go out there and he's got to knock him out. But then when you look at the fact that, well, what about Mauricio Herrera? What about, you know, Adrien Broner? What about the other fights out there that were out there for him that maybe the fans would have accepted better than Lamont Peterson? And you think, is he ever going to fight those fights? Personally, I'm comfortable with Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson because it's a fight that was owed to us. And we know we're going to get an action fight as far as, you know, two pressure fighters. And that left hook of Danny Garcia is debilitating. And it will literally put you to sleep as far as, you know somebody's going to get beat up. So looking at the future, looking at how Danny Garcia can get past this, it's like, well, it looks like he may not fight Lucas Matthysse again. You know, so maybe Mauricio Herrera, but I doubt that. And then you think like, well, what fights can he give us? Maybe the winner of John Molina, you know, Adrien Broner, you know, like more importantly, get Adrien Broner. But if he moves up to 147, then it's like, you know, like, I mean, I would be comfortable if he fought a Devin Alexander at 147. Even though Devin Alexander is somewhat of a big 147 guy, you know, I would accept that fight. But I guess the point I'm trying to say is Danny Garcia owes the fans something. And when I look at it like this, one day I'm going to have to interview Danny Garcia, and I'm just going to keep it funky with him, just like I do with everybody I interview on here. I've already had Bernard Hopkins, Brian Jennings, Hank Lundy. I'm talking about Philly. Yeah, he's got to get. I got training for the Jameer Man, so yeah, he's got to get on here. He can't just It's like that wouldn't even be cool if he just said no interview. But I look at it like this. There's just questions that fans have, and it's like this. Danny Garcia is a very popular fighter. Danny Garcia can be a pay-per-view guy, and Danny Garcia, in my opinion, is the #1 guy when it comes to the NBC Premier Boxing Championship brand. Now, I know what you're thinking. You want me to go into details and all that, but think about it. He is the face. You know, him, Keith Thurman second, and then Adrien Broner third. You know, Adrien Broner, the reason why is because something's just missing from Adrien Broner. But when it comes to carrying those NBC, it's Danny Garcia. So, you know, and I'm not saying he's going to be on multiple cards. He may be on 2, but what I'm saying is he's the one that's got those belts, and he's the one that's got the win over Eric Morales, you know, to Amir Khan, Lucas Matthysse, you know, Zab Judah, when people thought he wasn't going to win either of those fights. But that's just my own personal opinion. As soon as we get confirmation that the titles will be on the line, because as it stands right now, Danny Garcia, come March, actually, it'll be like a year anniversary. It'll be a year since he defended his WBA, WBC, and Ring Magazine titles. And the WBC has just not been playing that. So, you know, I don't know if he's holding the belts hostage or not. It's looking like a situation, you know, to me where Haymon wants to keep those belts within his organization or his guys in Haymon Boxing. So basically setting his guys up to fight each other to be #1 contenders for that WBC, that WBA. And then, when Danny Garcia moves up, those guys can fight in eliminators or, mandatories for those belts. That's just, me thinking logically. But I am T-Street Controversial Live of RealCombatMedia.com. I cover every single major fight live. It looks like I will be at Danny Garcia versus Lamont Peterson. You know how I do. If you haven't seen how I covered the fights, basically, I'm going to be in there on some more quiet shit. I'm going to go to the press conference, sit back, chill, record. Go to the weigh-ins, all the little media stuff, sit back, record. Get a few interviews here and there. Not all in everybody's face. I just can't do it. We're just going to, roll like that. So as far as that's concerned, trust me, as it stands right now, I am going to be the #1 promoter on YouTube for that bout. So, just stay tuned, and as things develop, we're going to be moving forward. But I already know the #1 question right now, because it's sweeping all across social media, and as the fight get closer, people are going to know whether that WBC, that WBA, that IBF, and that Ring Magazine titles are on the line, because fans are going to say, well, boxing fight, simple as that. But I am T-Street Controversy on Twitter, T-Street Controversy on Instagram, T-Street Controversy on Facebook. 2015 is a big year. It's either you're with me or against me. Please subscribe.